You can tell a lot about a person by what's in their glass. Sometimes it says, I appreciate true craftsmanship. And sometimes it says, I will definitely try to explain cryptocurrency to you at this party. I'm Tim Fulton, and this is Character Proof. Every episode, we pour a different whiskey, break down the actual tasting notes, and then vividly imagine the exact type of person who drinks it on purpose. So grab a glass, pull up a chair, and get ready for some tasting notes and a whole lot of character flaws. Let's get pouring. The spice hits first, and it hits with intent. A crack of black pepper, a cooling wave of mint and fresh dill, then a bright twist of orange peel riding on top of all of it. This is rye announcing itself. And it has opinions. There's caramel and vanilla underneath to keep it civilized, a clean backbone of oak holding the line, but make no mistake, at 100 proof, this whiskey walks into the room already mid-argument about how an old-fashioned ought to be built. It is bold, it is confident, and it is, genuinely, very good. Let it stretch out and the picture only improves. The palate is full and warming, exactly what the proof promises. Rich caramel, a big peppery rye spine, clove and a little anise, that signature herbaceous dill and garden note that makes good rye taste like a walk through a meadow that is slightly annoyed at you. The finish is long, dry, and spiced, the oak and pepper lingering well past the swallow. It is a genuinely excellent rye. Characterful, well-made, and priced at the exact altitude where it stops being a bargain and starts being a statement. Which is, of course, precisely why Tanner owns it. Tanner is 38, a financial analyst, and Tanner has recently discovered that he is allowed to have a personality, and that the personality is available for purchase. It began, as these things always do, with a gravel bike. Not a road bike. A road bike is for men who admit they live in a suburb. A gravel bike in a color called something like loam or sage, with tires fat enough to imply adventure and a price tag implying a second adventure to finance the first. He rides it on a paved bike path. He has been meaning to find some real gravel. He owns the GPS computer, a strong position on chain lube, and the special shoes that clack against the brewery floor. Clack, clack, clack. The sound of a man who dressed for terrain he will not be encountering today. Then came the acoustic guitar, which Tanner takes camping. Not to learn it exactly. Tanner knows 4 chords and the opening of one Bon Iver song, which he plays at the fire with his eyes closed while everyone waits, with enormous patience, for it to conclude. The guitar has a small dent he describes as earned. The tent is from a brand that uses the word bivvy. The flannel is real flannel, heavy and expensive, and has never once been within 40 miles of a chainsaw. He owns a hatchet. The hatchet has split exactly 1 log for a photo. Everything Tanner owns is engineered to suggest a rugged inner life that Tanner is, even at this moment, still out shopping for, one premium purchase at a time. There is, of course, an Instagram, and on it, Tanner is a different and far more capable man. Backlit, mid-stride, captioned with a single lowercase word like roots or unplug. The reality is a man who spends Saturday mornings in an outdoor store the size of an airport, buying a $40 carabiner he will use as a keychain, and Sunday afternoons watching gear review videos at 1.5 speed. He has a group chat devoted entirely to a backpacking trip that has been 3 weekends away for 11 months. The trip is not the point. The planning is the point. And the whiskey is the cornerstone of the entire project. He needed a spirit that felt artisanal, small batch, farm to bottle, a story about a Vermont farm and a man who cares, but that also, crucially, cost enough to confirm his exact coordinates in the upper middle class. This one is perfect for him. It has the rough-hewn name, the woodcut animal on the label, the rye that tastes the way a heavy flannel feels, and a price point that announces, I could have bought the $40 rye, but I am no longer the $40 rye guy. He brings it camping. He pours it into an enamel camp mug. He says, you can really taste the terroir, which is not a word that applies to grain whiskey. And he says it gazing into the flames like a man in a truck commercial, waiting for the voiceover to start. And here's the affectionate part, because there's always one. Tanner is not a fraud. Tanner is a man who spent a decade inside spreadsheets and looked up one afternoon to realize he had no idea who he was outside of a quarterly report. And rather than spiral, he went out and bought a bike and a guitar and a bottle of good rye and started, clumsily, sincerely, trying to become someone. The gear is several seasons ahead of the man. The terroir comment is a minor war crime. But the rye in that camp mug is genuinely excellent. The fire is real, and the 4 shaky chords are more music than he made in the entire year before. Give Tanner a season. The bike will get dirty eventually. Pour the rye. He earned this one, even if he hasn't quite earned the shoes yet. Well, the glass is empty, and the verdict is officially in. That's going to do it for this episode of Character Proof. If you enjoyed the show, please hit subscribe, leave us a 5-star review, and share it with that one friend whose whiskey shelf costs more than their car. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Want us to put your go-to bottle to the test? Drop your favorite pour in the reviews, or hit us up on socials, and we might just profile you next. Until next time, drink responsibly, pour generously, and always check your character flaws. Cheers.